Since losing to Peter Yan, Cory Sandhagen has a 3-fight winning streak and has looked dominant in those 3 wins. I was gonna say amazing, but I won't say amazing. I'll say dominant. Um, Against Song Yadong, it was a brilliant performance. That was a brilliant performance. That was Cory Sandhagen at his best, getting a TKO stoppage in the 4th round, and really just looking like a superior fighter, fighting a fighter in the top 10. Going into that fight, coming off a loss, there was questions about what level is Cory Sandhagen? Can he elevate to the top of the top, or is he going to be perpetually stuck between three and 7? Is that the fighter that he's going to be for the rest of his career, or is he going to be the type of fighter who's fighting for championships, who's consistently fighting for championships and in that championship race? And against Song Yadong, he proved it. He proved that he has a striking ability that's unique in amongst itself to him, and is difficult to figure out. And he can really confuse his opponents, and that's what he did against Song Yadong. Against Marlon Vera, somebody who walks forward, is not giving you much variety, and is looking for big shots. Somebody's with Cory movement was just a matchup nightmare for him. It was a nightmare for him to try to figure out the way Cory was moving and time him and be able to put the type of shots on him that can inflict the type of damage that has made Cheeto a beloved figure in the UFC community. So Cory dominated that fight. He was able to mix in a few takedowns, and he just looked like the superior fighter and submitted himself. You thought at that point he would get a title shot before Cheeto did, but Cheeto ended up getting the fight just because of the O'Malley thing. But Cory looked amazing in that fight. And then his last fight against Rob Font, that was the one that made me back away from saying he's been looking amazing. He came out afterwards. He was injured in that fight. And he did what he had to do to win that fight. He fought an opponent with a glaring weakness that he had the ability to take advantage of, and he took advantage of that weakness. I mean, the goal at the end of the day is to win fights. I know we want to see the most exciting fight that can possibly be put on, but at the end of the day, you injured, you got to find a way to win. It's not going to look pretty all the time. It's not always going to be your best work, but Cory was able to get the win in that situation. Umar, last 3 fights, obviously undefeated, has looked like a world beater. We know the family that he comes from. Against Nathan Mans, he was just physically dominant, able to take him down whenever he want. Was able to get a decision victory, and the beautiful thing about Umar is he can adjust. He can adjust his game to what the situation, kind of like Cory, but to a different extent. I don't believe that Cory's wrestling is on the level of Umar. So against Nathan Mans, he can just take him down and dominate him. Against Ronnie Barcelos, which was the next fight, on the feet, threw a kick, followed it up with a punch right away. Barcelos didn't see it coming, knocked him out, and he is so amazing. He knocked him out, followed up with a punch, and then immediately it looked like he felt bad that he followed up with that punch when he was already out on the ground. It was kind of crazy to see the compassion that Umar showed after knocking him out. And then against Basket, he just showed the arsenal. He showed the full arsenal, showed his kicking game, keeping the distance, taking that takedowns, just able to get a nice victory. So in this fight against Cory, obviously the best striker that he's ever gone against. Unique movement that will make it difficult to be able to get those takedowns. And I think Cory is physically bigger. I don't know that for sure. I didn't look up the size, obviously the same weight, but the height difference. I'm pretty sure Cory's bigger, but so it's gonna be a different type of fight for Umar, and it's an amazing challenge for Cory. He's leveled up his wrestling game, but there's levels to this. I think it will be a very interesting fight, but I'm going to go with Umar's ability to be diverse in this game, to win this